Hello Battletech fans, I am Gentle Payload, and I want to talk to you today about how to install Roguetech. It has been a while since I've seen a good install video, so I am going to cover installation, download, and installation of the game, going through a career start, and probably play through a mission and cover some of the features that are new to Roguetech. So with that said, here we go. We want to download from Nexus Mods, and the links to these downloads will be in the description. So you need two things. You need the Roguetech core and the Community Asset Bundle. Current Roguetech core is 998 patch 12. If you want to know what version of Battletech the current version of Roguetech is compatible with, just go down here in the main files, it will show you. It requires 1.4. We are currently working on the update for 1.5. Hopefully by the time this video reaches you, it will be released. Let's see here. So, go ahead and download this. Not a huge download. 56.3 megabytes. The other piece that you need is the Community Asset Bundle. The Community Asset Bundle is a rather large download, so expect it to take some time. Looking at 2.8 gigabytes. This contains pretty much any custom assets that have been done by the Roguetech modders. That's mechs, tanks, vehicles, turrets, all kinds of stuff. And this thing is growing all the time because we are adding things all the time. So once you have these two downloaded, it's just time to install. Now, the great thing that I like about Roguetech is that you can select what it is that you want to install. It's not just a blanket, okay, install everything. Oh my god, this is crazy, there's a lot of stuff. You can pick and choose what you want to install. When you install the core first. It is important. So as you get set up, you'll come to a license agreement, and then go to next. Select where you want it to install. This should be automatic, so it should already point to your Battletech folder. Now you get to which components do you want to install. So here are the things that you can do. Difficulty by company rating or difficulty by planet rating. So what this is on the star map, when you look at a planet, you will see what the difficulty of that planet is. If you select difficulty by company rating, all of the planets will match whatever your company rating is. So if you have a 4 skull mech lance or 4 shield mech lance, all the planets will be 4 skull planets. This is up to you, how you choose to play it. Me personally, I prefer planet rating. It allows me to go back to smaller planets. So if you have, like, let's say the Flashpoint DLC and you want to do a Flashpoint, well, Roguetech has added several custom Flashpoints, and some of those Flashpoints are limited by weight. So if you've sold off all your light mechs and then you run into a Flashpoint that requires only light mechs and you want to do that, well, then you need to go back to a low 1, 2, 2.5 skull planet and go farm some light mechs. So that's why I choose planet rating. Second is normal Roguetech and brutal Roguetech. If you are playing this for the first time, select normal. Brutal is exactly that. Next section, DLC modules, Flashpoint, and I'm sure, or Urban Warfare will be under here once it's released. Only select this if you have it. If you don't have it, it will break. Alright, so online Roguetech or story Roguetech. So these are your two options as far as how you want to play Roguetech. Online, as it says here, is the full sandbox experience. The map has been expanded to cover the entire inner sphere, and it is a shared map. The missions that you do for factions on a planet will shift control of that planet, or will give the faction that you're working for more control over that planet. So you can actually affect the borders, the outcomes, who holds what planet. Story mode is the vanilla. It is the vanilla mode with Roguetech, mechs, gear, equipment, so forth and so on. There are several pilot mods here. Quirks, fatigue. What fatigue is after your pilots go on a mission, they're tired, they're fatigued. You can launch them on a mission immediately again, however they will have low stats going into it. Quirks, different things that affect how your pilot performs. Like there's some pretty good ones, there's some pretty bad ones. One of them I can think of is Klutz, and it makes it so your pilot has a reduced chance to hit. Or like Reckless. Reckless means that pilot has an increased chance to hit, but also has an increased chance to be hit. Stuff like that. And we'll go through and I'll show you where in the pilots that you can look at the quirks and see what they do. Covered fatigue, reduced pilot XP gained by rank. So what it does is it kind of slows down your pilot progression. And for those of you that are looking at this, hopefully you already know Roguetech is meant to be harder than the original game. And it can be by quite a bit. A couple of quality of life options. Some of the ones I keep them all pretty much by default, but sort mechs by cost. Speed mod. This one, yeah, I'm not a fan of. It's a little too fast. Skip the intro, and then shift click to say change the armor by 1. Normally the armor changes in increments of 5. You can also set up to where you spend 500,000 C-bills and you can retrain all your pilots if you choose to. Alright, options. So these are optional mods and components. Loot Magnet, not a huge fan of Loot Magnet. So what Loot Magnet does is it makes the game more difficult by having the group that you have your contract with withhold some of your salvage. So you may negotiate for, first pick on 3 pieces of salvage, and then they'll assign to you the other 12 pieces. But what will happen with Loot Magnet is you basically get this little pop-up that says, yes, we're sorry, but paragraph 17, subparagraph 42 of blah 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 means you can't have this. So it's removed off the table. I find it irritating because I will target specific mechs because I want that mech, and I will work my combat around salvaging that mech, and then the magnet pops up and ha ha ha, you can't have that mech. Yeah, it's annoying. So, random campaign start. This one is great. I like random campaign start because it randomizes the mechs that you start with. We will get into starting locations in a little bit, which you can actually select the mech you start with, but the rest of your mechs for your lance are randomized. You will get something different every time you start. Here we have power armor, the MWO hero mechs. have been put in here. So the builds for all of those. Word of Blake Lambs are in here, Totem Mechs, Super Heavy Mechs, and these are all more advanced things. Elite pilots and mechs. You have Aero 4 capable units. I personally like Aero 4, and there are some new changes in 999 to where Aero 4 actually acts as it should in tabletop and is an area effect weapon instead of just it used to be like 165 damage pinpoint, but now it's area effect, and if you land it on a target, it will also hit targets around it. So leave all that. Don't need again experimental weapons, and as you're starting to get down here, like the experimental weapons, this one specifically says OP custom mechs and tech. By selecting this is not just for you, this is for the AI as well. The first time I selected this, I ran into one of these OP mechs, and it just wrecked my lance completely. Again, more mechs, more mechs. Let's see here. So emblem options. This is really up to you. It's just different emblems that you can set for your heraldry for your mechs. It's like what appears on your dropship or what appears on the wall, stuff like that. FX option. One of the big ones I would do is crystal clear. Crystal clear, as it says, drastically reduces post-processing, so it gets rid of like the grain filter and a few other things. If you don't already know, the core game has a memory leak, and the longer you play, the longer your load times will get, the more memory you'll eat. Crystal Clear will actually help with the load times a little bit because you're not getting all the post-processing. Again, silence gets rid of all the ambient chatter, like the background noise when you're on the Arco and all the announcements and stuff. It's really up to you. Let's see here. A bunch of different types of mech portraits for in the mech bay, stuff like that. So here's another big one that will affect how you play. So in the vanilla game, your armor was repaired for free and it was done automatically. This, you have to pay to repair your armor, and it takes time. However, you don't have to go in and repair each mech individually. When you come back from a mission, your mech tech will pop up and he will say, "Hey boss, we got 3 mechs damaged, it's going to cost this much money, do you want me to start now?" And you say, and he will start that. If you had equipment that was destroyed, heat sinks, weapons, whatever, you will have to go back and refit after the fact, but your mechs will be fixed. If you tell him no, he won't do anything. So you'll have to go in and reset all your armor values and fix everything yourself. And if you weren't paying attention, it will catch you by surprise. You'll be like, where the hell did all my mech's armor go? Right, so those are some of the things that I want. This is the mod loader. If you are installing Roguetech for the first time, you are going to do a first-time install. If you are installing for the first time, you don't necessarily have to clean the previous install. I am going to do so because I have had Roguetech installed. And then we install. While we are installing, let's go ahead and start with the Community Asset Bundle. So Community Asset Bundle comes in a zip file. You're going to have to extract it. That little pop-up you saw was RTML, Roguetech mod loader. It is the part of the Roguetech installer that enables mods for Battletech. So now that our community asset bundle, let's finish Roguetech. So you'll get a couple of links when you're done with here. The wiki. The wiki is a wealth of information, and our guys work really hard to keep it up to date. So please, 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 if you have questions, check out the wiki. There's so much stuff on there, how things work, new additions, and we're going to touch on the wiki here in a little bit. There's a subreddit, Discord. This is where you can go if you're having issues. If you find bugs, you can go to the Discord and report. And then there is a link to the asset bundle, but hopefully you already have this. So I don't need any of this right now. So next I'm going to go to our community asset bundle. I'm going to install this. This is pretty straightforward. Accept the license agreement. Make sure that it's pointing to your Battletech folder. And to install. And again, this is a pretty big file, so it takes a little bit. I'm also running this off of my data drive, which is a old school spinny instead of a solid state drive, which is where my game actually resides. But my solid state drive is tiny because my computer's old. Don't tell anybody. So once this installs, we'll go ahead and get into the game and look at start a new career. Cover some of the difficulty settings. You can choose to just do a default Roguetech start, or you can go into the settings and do a custom start that will allow you to adjust certain things. Again, if this is your first time playing, if you're looking for more of a challenge, go with the default settings. If you are looking to just get a feel for it, you may dial it down. I have my preferred way of playing, which is pretty much normal across the board, but normal across the board is not the default settings. So as soon as this thing gets done, if you watch this, you can see some of the mechs that have been added. Highlander 2C, Huntsman, Ice Ferret, there's tons and tons. The Javelin, Jenner 2C, we've added so many mech models. It is ridiculous. Pretty sure at this point all of the Mech Warrior Online mech models are in. And we're starting to get some custom builds. One of the things that you're going to see here is there are a lot more factions. And one of the big factions here, and there are actually several of them, are pirate factions. And pirates have lots of fun equipment. A lot of it is hodgepodge, cobbled together. A lot of the pirate gear has high risk, high reward. So you may have a pirate AC-20 that does 150 damage plus or minus 50, but has a 20% chance to explode. So it's actually fun. The pirates have a great overheating mechanism that is kind of the pirate signature. So if you're going up against pirate mechs, expect to get overheated. Expect Inferno SRMs, expect plasma lances, plasma cannons. It's fun. It's one of my preferred ways to play. I usually have at least one overheating mech that is capable of shutting down a mech in one volley in my lance. Alright, community asset bundle is done. So now that that's done, let's get into Battletech. Now, once this pops open, you're going to see the mod tech loader. The first time that this goes through the load, it takes a good bit, especially when building the database. It's not as long. It used to be like 20 minutes. So it is much faster, thanks to the hard work of a couple individuals on the team. One specific, Spencer, phenomenal as far as speeding up the game. Everybody has done some phenomenal work in one way, shape, or form. Inner sphere map. The whole inner sphere map. Speaking of the whole inner sphere map, it's not just the inner spheres. The periphery, the deep periphery, clan space, including Pentagon Worlds and the Kerensky Cluster, the Exodus Road. We've also added an alternate route to get to clan space because the Exodus Road ended up being a huge choke point. So now there are 2 routes to get to clan space. Oh my goodness. I can't even begin to think where to start. Hey, game is now loading. See, that was not so long. Yes. Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna have to dismiss because I should still be online. And one of the first things I do is it's loud. Take the master volume down, way down. A couple of other preferred gameplays. I like to speed up combat. I like to show the UI during attack. So now we go to career mode. We go to new. Now, this is your new game difficulty settings. What is in front of you is the default. Just start. If that's what you want to do, you start. So, I will cover some of these things. Starting planet. So the starting planet, there are 26 different places that you can start. Both of them, they're pretty much set by faction. Ukraine, that is the vanilla start. You start there, you start with blackjack. And that is the important thing about the starting planet. Where you start determines what mech you start with. And if you want to know what mech you're going to start with, that is where the wiki comes in. So, started mechs by faction choice. So here's that whole list that we just saw in the game. And you can see, if I start there, I get a blackjack. That's the vanilla alignment. If I start on the mercenary planet, it's entirely random what you're going to get. Your whole lance will be random. And then you can go through and look. If I start in Steiner space, I'm going to get a Hunchback 4GG. If I start in Davian, I'm going to get an Enforcer 7S, so forth and so on. You can go through and see everything that you want. Alright, let's see here. So that's done. I will be back in just a moment. Alright, sorry about the interruption. Where were we? We were talking about starting planets. So, where you start determines what mech you get. And you can go to the wiki and you can check out what mechs are where. I'm going to start on mercenary in this particular case. So, parts for mech assembly. This is something else that will drastically slow down. Oh, really? Save and reload to change during gameplay. That's good. You can change, so it's anywhere from 3 to 8. Me personally, I like 4. It's kind of a good balance between the default of 5 and the base of 3. The base of 3 you get mechs really fast. The base of 5 you can sometimes have trouble fielding mechs. That's just my personal experience. Mech recovery chance. This is the chance that you're going to recover a mech or lose it if it gets destroyed on the battlefield. Enemy strength force normal. I like contract difficulty variance. So what contract difficulty variance is if you go to a 2 skull planet. So each number here is a half skull. So if you go to a 2 skull planet, you'll have anywhere from 1 skull to 3 skull missions show up on that planet. And that is, again, if you are set to difficulty by planet versus difficulty by company. Contract payment normal. As you go through here, you can go generous, stingy, cheapskate. I keep it on normal. Oh, contract variance, yeah. So anywhere from 0 to 5. So 0 being you go to a 3 skull planet, there are only 3 skulls there. That's it. And then 5, you go to a 3 skull planet, you have anywhere from 1.5 to 5 skulls, because they don't have 5.5. Alright, salvage rates, again, generous, normal, stingy. It's all on how hard you want to make the game for yourself. These are how many experience points your commander starts with. Again, the default's 7,000. That's fine. Advanced mech warriors. This is how often they pop into the game. Pop into the hiring hall, I should say. And then your chances of getting a Ronin in the hiring hall. How many pilots show up for system? Your mech warrior progression. I like this set to normal. The mech warrior exponent I also set to normal, and the mech warrior multiplier I set to normal. The default settings slow down your mech warrior progression, how fast you get up skills, so forth and so on. Lethality. This is the chance of your mech warriors being killed in action. So it could be normal, which is normal. Half means they are twice as likely to live, which is still not very much. Never means they'll never die, and lethal means they'll always die. Starting money. So one thing to notice about here, one of the differences between Roguetech and base is your equipment costs you money when you start. So if you select 2.5 million, you get into the game and you see you only have 1.6 million, you can be like, what the hell? I selected 2.5 million, why don't I have 2.5 million? Well, you don't have it because you had to buy your starting equipment, and that comes out of your starting money. So you can bump this up if you choose to, all the way up to 6.5 million. I like 3.2 personally. Mech base speed. So this is how quickly your mechs get repaired. And set on hard, this takes a long time to repair your mechs when you first start out, because you don't have any upgrades on the Argo yet. You don't have hardly anything. So what this does is it actually helps you to avoid damage. Alright, mech bay armor speed set to normal. Mech bay C bills set to normal. This is how much it costs to repair your mechs. Shop selling prices. Scrap return values, I leave those as they are. How many pieces of inventory can be in a shop. And then how many special items, so like your plus weapons, stuff like that, how many that you could possibly have in the shop. So I don't really touch the shops a whole lot. I don't use the shops a whole lot. That's just my personal. I prefer to pick and choose my salvage on the battlefield. You can also go Iron Man mode at this point. Once you go Iron Man mode, you can't. You go Iron Man mode, there is no saving. So start game. Starting portraits. There we are. So, for your pilot's name, you want to see the arc light percent sign, first name percent sign, last name percent sign. That is good, not bad. But you can set your origins here, where you're from, and these are just like the normal. So, actually, based on what you do, are your pilot skill bonuses.
Awaiting orders. Aye, aye, Commander. Awaiting. Aye,
Yeah.
aye. Yes, Commander.
It's interesting.
Awaiting orders.
I'm a fan of deep periphery. Yeah. Okay, so they do all go away. I'm going to have to note that. So, let's see. Family went bankrupt. I likely betrayed. Guts and gunnery, baby. Guts and gunnery. If I could get piloting and gunnery together, I absolutely would. And hey, look at that. Solaris Gladiator. I like that one too. So here's where you go in, edit your name and appearance. Milagrosa. Milagrosa Farmer.
What can I do for you?
Male.
Yes, Commander. Yeah. What can I do you for?
Rizzo.
I've got your back. Orders. Skipper.
Yes. We're gonna go with that one.
Ready to. Yup.
Gustav. No, that works. Gustave Lozano. Call sign Tornado. Then see there are tons and tons and tons of pictures in here. Any of these, Mr. Bean. These can't be customized, but all the original HBS BattleTech ones, if you still want to customize, are still here. Don't think. Yeah, I didn't think so. I was like, wait a minute. Didn't used to be able to go in here, so they discard those changes. That is a great picture. Where is one of my favorites? Scanning, scanning, scanning. Dudes. No, I want dudes. He works. He looks like a Gustave. Alright, so we'll save. And confirm. Now we get to go look and see what we got. War is business, business is hell. Welcome to the Innosphere, Commander. You are a mercenary, standing on the bridge of your very own Argo, a mobile space station, looking forward to a life of conflict among the warring factions of humanity. Will you prosper, or be remembered only as yet another thug who couldn't cut it? So here we are. So you start with the Argo. You already have the Leopard. You don't have to mess with much of anything, except for start upgrading. But the important part is with random campaign start, we want to see what we got for mechs. Ew. So I got a pirate spider. So let's take a look. What does our pirate spider have? So our pirate spider, ooh, this is a melee mech. So one of the things that we have added are very specific melee items, like a spiked wrecking ball, spiked fists. If it's just spiked, it increases your melee damage in some way, shape, or form. I mean, there's spiked armor, you see the spiked helmet, there are spiked boots, spiked fists. So it's actually not a bad starter, even though it's 30 tons. It's fast, and it's got decent melee damage. What this shows you, total damage of 35, is before any of the melee modifiers, your percentage, the relative melee modifiers are added. So here you see the Spiked Fist gives us 1 melee accuracy and plus 30% melee damage. Also gives us 5 additional base melee damage. So the number you see here for melee is going to be different than the number you see in the game. It will be much higher in the game because your percentage is not applied here. That is a base game issue, something we have not gotten quite figured out yet. So we have a fast little melee mech here. Again, if you're coming from vanilla Battletech, you will see that our mech bay is expanded quite a bit. We have the full range of actuators. As these actuators are destroyed, it will impart a penalty. So, like this particular one, if your lower leg actuator is destroyed, your walk and your run speeds are reduced. Let's see here. So this guy has a pirate engine. You're going to see a lot of pirate stuff in here. And again, you can see what the traits are, what the critical effects are, as you take a look at each of these things. So, similar to an XL engine, but piratey. Right here. So, got a Vindicator 3L. Some double heat sinks, ERPPC, a tag. Tag is very good in the early game. One of the differences, again, between vanilla and Battletech are your pilots really do suck when you start. Also, the hit percentages that you see on a target are the real hit percentages, which was not always the case with vanilla Battletech. So, we'll also see a couple of other things here, like on the manufacturer. So LRM-10 Longfire, this one is actually made by the company Longfire, and each different company has a little bit different attributes. So an LRM-10 is not just an LRM-10. In this particular case, it says Longfire LRMs trade heat for superior range. So they run a little hotter, but they have a longer range. The other thing that you will see is multiple ammo types. So instead of just ammo LRM, you might see LRM ammo Swarm. Might see LRM ammo Thunder. There are some other ones out there as well. Blackjack 3T. Yeah. Nothing super special there. Ah, okay. Here's an example of the ammo. So we have 4 heavy machine guns, 2 light machine guns, 2 large lasers, 2 ER small lasers, and light machine gun and heavy machine gun ammo. AP is armor piercing, so it's plus 50% damage to armor, minus 50% damage to structure. My Hunchback 4H, what do you have? Just looking at an AC-10, medium lasers, small lasers, yeah, pretty much standard AC-10 Hunchback. But it's a 50 tonner. I can work with that. So Panther 9R, yeah, PPC SRM4, so stock Panther. Ooh, Javelin 10P. So if you see the P on the end of anything, it's probably a pirate mech, and it's going to have some fun stuff to play with. So my Javelin 10P does not have the fun stuff I was expecting. That's okay. So we have an SRM-6 with SRM ammo, and then we have 2 Streak 2s with Streak SRM ammo. So Streaks are great because they ignore evasion, and they add accuracy to the weapon. So those are excellent in the early game. Just, I don't know about on the Javelin. I'm not a huge fan of the Javelin. So that's what we have to start with. Storage, you get nothing. So you start with nothing in storage, you start with no components. You have to build from this, and that's it. So if there's one of these mechs that you hate, by all means, scrap that bad boy. Alright, I'm gonna go through quick and train up some of my warriors. Yes, I'm glad I went here. Because one of the things that you will see is that the skill tree has changed. As you go to gunnery, you're still going to get multi-target, but you look at your second skill here is Warlord. This is an action, and some of them are passive, some of them are active. So, like Ace Pilot's passive, but Warlord is active. You click on Warlord, you get +1 accuracy, +10% damage, -10% heat, and you instantly cool 50 heat, and it has a 4-turn cooldown. Ace Pilot, that one, I believe in vanilla is here. So Ace Pilot's there. It's the same as in vanilla. Shoot and then move, vice the normal move and then shoot, or shoot and not move at all. And then Phantom Mech. Phantom Mech gives you basically increased evasion, and a lot of it. Let's see, what else do we have here? So yeah, Tactician lets you remove a bar of stability every time you reserve. And then Sensor Lock. Sensor Lock works a little bit different. Interesting. Select target with sensor range to reveal it until the end of the current round. I do not believe this is true anymore. If I remember correctly, Sensor Lock lasts for multiple rounds now. It removes 2 evasion charges and doubles its signature invisibility, which we will get to when we get into the actual mission itself, because there are a couple of modules that have been added. One of them is called Low-Vis, which basically makes the electronic warfare a thing, and a good thing at that. I will absolutely love it. And the other thing that it talks about here is +1 to initiative and tactics rolls. So initiative works much differently than it did in vanilla. So in vanilla you had 5 initiative phases, 5 through 1, and basically each weight class. So 2, 3, 4, and 5 were light, medium, assault, and heavy. And then 1 was for your lights with Master Tactician, to where they got a +1 initiative. Now there are 30 initiative phases, and those initiative phases are determined by the mech you're piloting, by your tactics level. So you see your +1 initiative, reduced hesitation, and I also believe to a degree by your piloting. Yes. So I am just going to heck. Where am I? here I am. There we go. So I have 7,000 to play with. I have some ones that I really like. I like multi-target. I like ace pilot. I like to have my tactics up. So my guys don't completely suck when I start. But I think he's pretty much the only one. Who else do I want? Okay, so this is where we get into pilot quirks. So if I want to look at Medusa, I go into their service record and I can see what their quirks are. So this one's cautious. This pilot is known to be careful and cautious, and if you scroll down, it tells you what effects they have. So cautious means a penalty to hit, but it's harder to be hit. Some of these get larger increases in experience. They get, like this one, minor increase in starting XP and modern increase in start XP. So he should actually have a little more XP to spend to begin with. So 6,500 versus.
Receiving you. Orders.
Looks like they okay. So here's one that does not have those. And again, go into their service record, scroll down. Noble, increased pilot maintenance and mood changes on funding level. So he is a moody bitch. Let's see. Reckless. Okay, I talked about this one earlier. Bonus to be hit, but easier to be hit. Reduced maintenance costs because this person spends a lot of time in space. Lucky. Chance to avoid getting wounded. And Gladiator, less skill degradation for fatigue. So normally I will go through all of these, find my best guys, and then go from there. So I think I'm going to pick Big Sly. I'm just going to scale out some guys so we can get started. Let's pick Bullet Trap. Okay, I'm gonna have to train. Nope, reset. So for you, I gotta check your skills first. Make sure you're not retarded. Alright, you are not. So there are some skills that are, or some quirks that'll mess you up. Klutz, I think, is one of them. But I'm going to put this guy in a melee mech, so I do not want him to be a klutz. So I want his piloting up, and I want his guts up, at least to get to Juggernaut initially. So that braces you after melee, also gives you a +1 after melee, and that is in +1 initiative. Alrighty. And then I will eventually work towards Berserker, which is great. Basically, adds 50% melee damage to whatever you have, but it's a while down the road. That will max evasion, because I'm going to get in close. And confirm. Alright, now I have 4 pilots trained, and we can take a look at the command center. What do we have? You're gonna find not a whole lot of contracts when you come in here the first time. So just back out, go back in, and the contracts will fully populate. So as I'm starting in Steiner space, obviously there are a whole bunch. Wow, liberation, what world is that? Gatekeeper. So the clans are in the inner sphere. So there's Clan Wolf. Oh, yes, that reminds me. Let's show you the star map. So here is our star map. no, Gatekeeper is way the hell up there. Well, that's a travel contract. It's available to me. I'm not going to Clan Space. So here's the original Exodus Road. Here is the one that we have created to give players more options. And then here is your inner sphere. And you can kind of see the different regions of space have an icon for whoever owns them. You know, your typical Merrick, Davian, Karita, Steiner. Free Worlds League is up here. I believe this is Magistry of Canopus? Nope, Sega Knives Compact. It's been a really long time since I've gotten deep into the lore. There's Canopus. So, and in there, here's where you originally had available. So this whole section down here, Taurian Concordant, the Arugan Coalition, get into layout space. That's yes. So, and when I was talking earlier about this being a shared map, so each of these little icons is an Argo, and it will tell you how many people are where. So I'm just starting off. So I'm starting on Galatea. Apparently, so are 5 other people. Cause it tells me here there are 5 or 6 people on Galatea right now. You actually click on the map or click on the planet, and it will show you who all's there. Some of these will actually show you who has control over a planet too if it's contested. So if I go over here, I look and I can see that is 100% Federated Suns controlled. This one is 100% Steiner controlled. Most of our combat happens this way. So, haha, this is the Draconis Combine heading up the Exodus Road. So here you have currently 87% controlled by the Draconis Combine. If you move to the next world, you have 100% controlled by Clan Ghostbear. So the clans are being pushed back, and it looks like Steiner is doing the same up the other path and being met by Clan Wolf. So there are some very interesting things if you want to see what the planet difficulty is. It's F2, and what that will do is that will change the size of all your icons. So your really small icons are low-level planets. Your really large icons are your higher-level planets. So there's a 5 skull. So then one of these small ones. No, I don't want that one. There we go. So that one's half skull. So based on the size of the planet is what the difficulty is. So if you're at the beginning level like I am and you want to go to something that is appropriate for your level, that's a quick way to check it out. There's also a unvisited systems. F1 shows you. There's also trying to remember. Oh, that's system difficulty. That is also system difficulty. I don't remember. There's a way to search for specific things. So if you're looking for pirates, if you're looking for a polar world, if you're looking for something like that, I will have to look that up. All right, where am I? I am over here. I am on Galatea. So there's the star map, and pretty much if you can highlight over it and have it pop up, you can go there. Might take you a long ass time, but you can go there. So let's see, what do I have? I have trained. I I'm into the command center. Let's just start with a battle in the desert. It's gonna be hot. And I'm good on money for now. Something else we will get to in the next section. So I'm getting paid 56,400 for this, plus 3 of 13 for salvage. So I get 3 priority picks. 13 works the same way, but the next screen is what gets you. So I negotiated for 54,000. You have a drop cost. With Roguetech, you have a drop cost, and it is based on. It's not quite battle value. It is basically how much your mech cost. We have not implemented battle value specifically, but things are not based on tonnage. They are based on the equipment that you have in your mech, and that is based on cost. So, and that's how your lance rating is also determined. So I'm going to take my little melee spider because I like melee mechs. Let's see, what do you have? I don't remember. You have an ERPPC, a medium pulse laser. I do want that. And you have an LRM-10. So we're going to go there. Pulse lasers are great for early game and hitting lights. The PPC will be good for large pinpoint damage and hitting tanks. Machine guns, that is Crit City. So punch a hole with the PPC, follow up with lots of DACA. And what was our Hunchback? That was our regular AC-10 Hunchback, our standard Panther, and then our short-range missile Javelin. Let's see, 800, 590, hey, you're so squishy. Okay, durability's decent. Hunchback's durable. We'll go with the Hunchy. So as you check out the screen, you'll be able to put these folks here. Select your mechs. You will also, once you get a pilot, it will tell you what the base initiative for that pilot and mech pairing is. So Exodus is going to be my melee guy. So I'm going to put him in the melee spider, and I can see his initiative is 20. So, but they're 30 rounds, starting at 30, ending at 1. So he is going to be in initiative phase 20. So the rest of these I can just drop. He's at 18. Big Sly is also at 18. And Tornado is at 17. I just personally, I like to arrange them highest to lowest in initiative. So I have a 1.5 skull lance value. I have a 42,390 C-bill drop cost, which means I am not going to go negative in C-bills by taking full salvage. Once you start getting a lance that is beastly, then yeah, you might end up doing that. I have had several negative drops by hundreds of thousands. So I was not even paying attention to what type of mission this. I mean, it's a battle on a desert. You'll notice hints and tips and stuff. Sometimes it's smart-ass comments. Other times it's actually things that will help you. And it's related to certain features of the game. There's one of them specifically that says, round 1, don't park in a stupid spot. And that is based on the low visibility mod. So with round 1, you will not see, unless you come into visual range, you will not see your opponents. All sensors are disabled for round 1. And I will get into sensors here, because there's sensors, there's ECM. ECM makes you harder to see at distance, and makes you harder to hit as well. So we're going to go in and begin mission. So some differences between this and vanilla is in vanilla you can only walk and shoot. In Roguetech, you can sprint and shoot, but you are going to shoot at a reduced accuracy rate. You'll also see there's variation. So originally Exodus had the highest initiative with 20, but his initiative's actually only at 15. Bullet Trap was at 18. So if you want to see what your initiative was, come over here, or don't come over here. Where was your initiative? No, I don't want to do that. Trap. There's a breakdown of the damn initiative somewhere. There's a blah, 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 blah. Ha! Vision and sensors. So this is something similar. So this kind of breaks down where you're going to see, how far out you're going to see folks. This is math. Numbers are hard. There's the initiative. I knew it was in here somewhere. So this shows I get a -2 initiative for my engine, my pirate engine. I get +2 initiative for tactics. There is random, -1 to -7, and then because of all that, my expected phase is from 17 to 11, even though it told me 20. I'm going to be 3 below that because of the -2 to the engine and the minimum of -1 to tactics. As you increase your tactics skill, and there are lots of different pieces of equipment that will improve. You go now. Lots of pieces of equipment that will improve your initiative. Attack ground. This is something that is new for us. I am not familiar with this yet, so we're going to play with it. Not right this instant, but it's for area effect stuff like arrows, thumpers, long toms, all that wonderful stuff. You will see some other interesting things here. Instead of having white dots for your hexes, they're now colored. So red is roads, white is just normal whatever, green is forest. You'll see other colors as well, like purple for like the mineral fields and stuff like that, but it denotes there's something special about that hex. And if you want to know what is special about that hex, just mouse over it for long enough and it'll pop up. So here, forest reduces movement. Here, road, units travel faster. Alright. So we are going to continue pushing forward toward this base and find the enemy units. I hate this map. I don't hate this map. I hate this map. So we are going to run fast up here and try to get some eyes. Good. You had a center trace. So you can notice I don't see them. They're there. There's a clear line of sight between me and them, but because of the visibility mod, they're not close enough for me to see them, and they're not close enough for my sensors to pick them up, because at this point, my sensors suck. There we go. Cargo truck. So definitely one of the vehicles that we have. All right, this is what I was looking to get into. Also, your line of sight or line of fire colors have changed. So blue is going to be indirect. Red is going to be forward arc. Blue, it's like a light blue if you're in the side arcs, or green if you're in the rear arc, your line of fire. So let's, apparently we're shooting him with long fire LRMs because we don't have anything else to shoot him with right now. So 3.6%. And this will break down everything. Indirect fire sucks. He's in medium range. I sprinted. He moved. Yeah, I'm not wasting ammo at this point. I only have 120 rounds, so that's 12 shots. I mean, granted, that's 12 rounds, but yeah, no, we're not doing that. So we'll stop. Haha, fire starter. Where are you? Okay, you're over there. Hey, stop that. So, I'm going to sprint. Yo, hunchback. So we're in round 2, initiative phase 13. It is the computer's turn. One of the things that you will not be able to do that you used to with vanilla is move all your units if you weren't in combat. You are pretty much always in combat in Roguetech, and because you can sprint and shoot, you move individually. So you actually have to click done, even if you're sprinting and not shooting. So, one minor drop. Oh god, a crab. I am so gonna die. But yeah, this is not meant to be easy. Crabs are hard to take down. Alright, so we're in phase 24, and the cargo truck is coming back, and I have a fire starter. Oh, it's a second cargo truck. Jackasses. Oh, nope, that's Saladin. That's bad. That's an AC-20. He must have missed, because I don't have any damage on my spider. Ah, yes. Something else that can happen. ACs, machine guns, stuff like that, they can jam. A lot of the weapons have special. So right now I only have one type of ammo for my machine guns, which is armor piercing. But if I were to have armor piercing and high explosive, then I could just click on the ammo count to change the ammo type. So you can actually I could do a mixed volley of armor piercing followed by high explosive. Where do I want you? So if I were to sprint and come here, you can kind of mouse over and see a rough estimate of what your hit chances are going to be. And like I said, in the early game, your hit chances are pretty much going to suck, especially if you're sprinting. So let me change to a walk. I'll have a longer range, a little better hit chance in the large lasers. Ooh, my ER smalls will hit him and the light machine guns, but the Saladin is actually my biggest threat right now with an AC-20. So I'm going to sprint. I'm going to turn, give him full frontal. Yes, I said full frontal. And I am going to overheat. Holy God, I am going to overheat. Yeah, I'm just going to turn the heavy machine guns off because they're not likely to hit. That might let me get another large laser out. Oh God, and there's reinforcements too. Welcome to Roguetech, fucko. You can tell I've been watching too much text. I don't usually use fucko. J. Edgar. Pew pew. So, part of the low vis and the sensors. Ow.
Not much armor left in that location.
Yes, I can tell. A condor, so another tank. Part of the low vis is that you can't see what the hell he's got. You know how much armor he should have. And as you get closer or your sensors get better, you will be able to see his loadout. You'll be able to see how much armor he actually has left, what his variant is, if there's a variant. Right, of course. The other thing is reserving. If you reserve too much, you will get a hesitation penalty for just sitting there and reserving. I'm reserving because I really want one of these guys to come into range, the one up top. Because I don't necessarily just want to run right into the middle of all those. So, let's see, where we're going to go here. You're going to go up here. I got an ERPPC and a medium pulse laser. Medium pulse lasers are good. Why are medium pulse lasers good? Because they hit stuff better. Not that. So the cargo truck is a decent hit chance. And at this stage of the game, 37%, 43% is phenomenal. Plus, it's going to make him easier to hit. However, I really need him off the field. Target acquired, detected, and something broke. I don't know what that something was. Of course. My sensors suck, so I can't tell. He is going to tear me up, so I got a little something for you. Right after I get rid of this Saladin. Whoa! I missed something. When did the fire starter get there? I really do want that AC-20 off the field. Come on. Something else broke. I don't know what. Because my sensors suck. But yeah, I'm taking an ass whooping. Alright, Exodus. This is what I wanted. So the further I run, the better. What is that? That is an enforcer. So the further I run, the better evasion I'm going to have. Unlike vanilla, shooting at you does not get rid of your evasion. This kind of makes light mechs viable. So I am going to do something really stupid. I'll run right into the middle. I'm going to hit that crap smack in the back for 68 damage. That's a bad idea. I was thinking I was going to have more damage than 68. And of course, I can't see if he is healthy. I can't see anything, because, yet again, sensors suck. Let's go tab. So here's the mineral field that I was talking about. Purple. That's cool. Mineral field makes you harder to hit. So I'm going to roll down here and smash this cargo truck. End up in the mineral field with a decent amount of evasion. And I have a kill. So 4 points of evasion plus I'll be harder to hit. And round 4, phase 23. One of these guys is going to go first. Oh joy. Chaff. It's not such a huge deal on a melee mech, but it blinds your sensors, and it adds a penalty to hit. Oh, the AC-20's unjammed. You're getting stomped next. Or blasted. The AI is much smarter. No. No. Bad fire starter. The hell was I saying? Things will jam. Yes. AI is more intelligent. He's damaged on both sides, but so if you broadside a guy and let's say you damage his left side, the next opportunity he has to move, he will present his unblemished armor to you. They are not happy with my spider. Yeah, it might be jumpy time. Alright. Bullet trap. Where is the Saladin? Where is the Saladin? Bullet trap is my vindicator. We're going to push him forward. Maybe. I want to get eyes on the Saladin. Direct line of sight. As I was talking about your line of sight lines, that kind of teal green means I've got a good shot on his side. Ooh, look at that. He didn't move much. What do I get rid of here? I don't need the tag. The LRM actually might help. Some good crits there. Medium pulse lasers giving me 18 heat, and the RPPC is giving me 50, but the RPPC. Yeah, we'll go with multiple hits over a single big one. Just because he's already damaged. Boom! Okay, he didn't, yeah he did. No, that was an IC engine crit, not an IC engine destroyed. But, that was an AC-20 destroyed, so that's off the field. He is not such a huge worry anymore. So let's roll our hunchback in and see who we can say hello to. Say hello to the Condor. I don't know what the Condor has, so... Crab. I really want to shoot the damn fire starter. How is it my melee guys got the lowest? Alright, Condor. You're the highest hit chance. So, pew pew. Yes. Yes. Shoot the fresh mechs, not the black jack. Spoke too soon. Oh, somebody's toasty. Oh, what I would give for a pirate overheating mech right now.
I'm receiving you.
Alright, Big Sly in the blackjack. Yes. Yes. So we're going to shut off the larges. We're going to turn on. Still way too much. God, heat sucks. Machine guns. So these are armor piercing. Should do decent damage. Alright, so I had talked about ammo. You can also, on things like machine guns, change the rate of fire by clicking on the damage. So 4 times 4 can actually fire 5 times, fire 6 times. Wow, so that also increases your heat. So I need to go back to times 4 for everything because that didn't make me hot. I actually want to bleed off a little bit of heat here if I can. Other thing that you are going to notice, what used to be precision strike is now called offensive push. So you take a called shot at a severe penalty. And precision strike used to increase your ability to hit that spot. Precision strike decreases your ability to hit that spot, but it also decreases your target's initiative, so you can play with their initiative a little bit. If you've got a guy that's knocked down and you want to finish him, but he moves before your heavy hitter, and you take one of your lighter mechs, use an offensive push, knock him back in initiative phase. Well, it depends how far he goes back. As you can see, there's your gunnery and tactic skills divided by blah 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 blah. Oh, divided by 2. Look at that. So you can knock him down in initiative, plus he will have gone down in initiative by being knocked down, but yeah, that's neither here nor there. Offensive push does not do what it used to do. Alright, Exodus. Let's get you some invasion. You don't have jump jets, mother. Alright, so Enforcer. I'm gonna hit the Enforcer in the back. And I'm running far, far away. So I get some good evasion. Plus, I'm hitting him in the back. It's gonna be 68, plus another 90 if both my wrecking balls hit. And they did. No. Leave my blackjack alone. Aw, your AC-10's jammed? I'm sorry. Not sorry. Oh, time for water. Oh, that is so much better. Blinding flare, blah blah blah. You're not so scary now, Saladin, because your little AC-20 is gone. Oh, hey, look, we're back to Exodus. What's Exodus gonna do? He's gonna punch the Enforcer in the back again. And the wrecking balls. Stop shooting my spider. Spider's starting to hurt, so right side. We're going to have to present the other side soon. But, Mr. Enforcer is unsteady. Unsteady means easy to hit. Looks like Big Sly's up next. Oh. has he got? He's my hunchback.
My old mama can hit harder than that. Yes, Commander.
So I will take Big Sly. No. And not double click. Ah, I can't get past the crab. The little bastard is blocking. That makes me not happy. As you can see, standard melee for a mech not outfitted with melee stuff kind of sucks. So, though my hit's not too bad, yeah, I'd be better off just shooting him. Oh, Big Sly is in Blackjack. Alright, Big Sly,
Commander?
you're gonna walk. You're in the Blackjack. There's a clear line of sight. There's a clear line of sight with cover. So the ER large is at 74.6. Overheating here does not do the same. So it doesn't do internal damage. What it does is you have a chance to shut down, and you have a chance to cook off your ammo. The more turns you're overheated, the higher those chances. Well, the higher the chance of your ammo cook-off gets. I want him dead. Oh, bastard. You're not really... What? Wait, no. My dumb ass shut him down. He's not at the top of his heat bar, so I don't know quite why he shut down, but he did. Alright. Yes, you are now hot as well. There we go. Best hit chances. 50 and 50. And pow. So much for best hit chances. How do you guys suck? Alright, bullet trap. So I'm going to optimize my chances of knocking him down. Yes. Yes, please. Now I will have 10 chances for him to fail a stability check. All I need to do is hit him. I'm curious, what is... That's not bad either. So I think I'm going to multi-target here. Go with A, B. ERPPC to A. Our LRMs to B. Let's put our tag to A as well. Now, he got killed by a tag. Probably not, but... And... Down you go. Now you notice, -8 initiative, and then -6 initiative for the hit. So, his next initiative phase is going to be ridiculously low. Evasive, guarded, and entrenched. It's not going to help you. There's the little bastard hiding over here. Let's see. Phase 22. Hey, hey, no. Who's shooting at me? There he is. Cargo truck. Oh, you think you're gonna be fancy, huh? Guess what? Let's see. Can I get in there? Back. Ooh, that's Krabby Patties. And... Yep. That's where I want to go again. I'm gonna go back there. I want to... want to smash the crab in the back.
Roger.
And get increased defense. Now, wrecking balls. Bam! Heat? Ah! Heat does not bother me. Autocannons, on the other hand, those kind of suck.
Receiving you.
Alright, bullet trap. Let's see. Who do I want you to kill?
Heading out.
There's the fire starter, which we have no idea what he's looking like. With the enforcer, who is hurting and see, yeah, he's guarded and entrenched, so that seriously dulls my damage. That does not dull my damage. Pulse laser's the lowest to hit, and it gives me plenty of heat. So let's go ahead and smack this J Edgar in the face. Yeah, that's right. Run away. Alright, so Big Sly will be up next in my blackjack. Ow.
I'm taking internal damage.
It makes very little sense. He's on my right side, but he hit my left arm.
I'm ready.
Oh, that's why. I forgot. I'm shut down. So he got a cold shot. Alright.
What are your orders, Skipper?
Tornado. So movement in this game is life, especially this early on. Cargo truck. Ah, my AC-10's jammed. This is bullshit. It's really not bullshit, but... What I want is your back. Alright, no shutting down.
Stand still, dummy.
Yeah, really?
My heat gauge is getting pretty high.
Yes, we're in the desert, and your heat sinking sucks. Because I can't change it yet. Because I don't have shit for salvage. Ah, here's the other thing. There is a panic mechanic in here. You noticed where it said increase to confident. That is the pilot's panic level. Both enemy pilots and your pilots can panic, freak out, and punch out. Alright, Exodus. Yes. Can I get to him? No, I cannot get to him. I cannot get to him. So this is my longest run.
Got it.
Which will give me the most evasion.
Locked on for physical attack.
And a kill. Finally. So, back to the panic system. So if you knock a guy down and just start hammering him with weapons, ow. No.
Critical hit. That one, I think.
What happened? What did I lose? Nothing, just structure. Like half my structure. I have to stop exposing my back to people. That is never smart. I figured I had enough evasion, but apparently not. God, what I would give for an overheating mech right now. That crab is ripe for it. But instead, fire starter. Up here, oh, that's the cargo truck. And then back there, the J. Edgar, who is pretty much almost dead. Again, you're back, but no, I want to get into his back, but I can't because I can't get around. Get into his side. That's not what I want. So I'm going to pull a sprint. I'm going to hide right here. And I'm going to put some weapons on this guy. We'll shut off the AR PPC, bring in the medium pulse, give me some better chances to hit. Come on, die! Engine crit. Most things need two, like weapons, need 2 crits to be destroyed. Like first crit will reduce their... Oh, really? First crit will reduce the amount of damage and accuracy that they do. And second crit will destroy it. Running out into the open. Quite warm still. What can I get away with? Fire starter's fresh. Crab has back damage. Crab it is. I'm going to be able to shoot anything. I am not. I need to cool down. See, this is where Warlord would have come in handy, because I could immediately gotten rid of some heat. Alright. Need to get my blackjack out of harm's way. Or at least present my left side. My right side is absolutely wrecked. So let's go this route.
Got it, Commander.
Present the left side. Give him something else to shoot at. Get rid of the larges and the ER smalls apparently. And just machine guns. Armor piercing, I can hope for some crits. Early phase, pilot skill levels not so great. So sometimes they do things that don't make a whole lot of sense. Alright, I don't have any more moves this round, so I gotta wait for them to do all their things. That cargo truck again. Yes. You're next. You're getting stomped on. I don't care. You can run over there all you want.
Ready for orders.
I am still going to stomp your ass. And I am going to do it from the safety of a purple square. So that will make me harder to hit, even though the crab is right next to me. Goodbye. A little pest.
Reporting. One less vehicle.
This Vindicator is actually still pretty clean. It seems to be one of our more heat-efficient mechs.
Standing by.
Ah, speak of the devil. are going to step right over here. This is what I was talking about earlier. Oh no, he's presenting me his damaged side like an idiot. So I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to run here, and assuming I don't overheat, I'm going to multi-target. I'm going to give you a pulse laser. I'm going to give you an RM10. And an ARPPC? Damn it, no. So, and we'll attack it as well. Go. Yes! Vehicle down. Don't do that. I don't like it. And again, I have blocked line of sight. You'll see that. You see nice and bright green, and then pale green past that. That kind of helps you. Sometimes that little eyeball is hard to see. Kind of helps you know you have a blocked line of sight. ER smalls, 20%. 1 ER large. If I turn off the machine gun, go 1 machine gun, 1 large. Hit him. Hey, a gyro crit. I can do that. That should bump up his stability some. Or his instability. Oh, it's his turn. Hunchback seems to be holding up fairly well. No! No! Don't do it! My back is weak. Oh, somebody shut down. And somebody has an ERPPC. Which means somebody might be able to headshot a crab and get full salvage on a mech. Alright, Tornado. I want him left alone. Since he's shut down. Hello, Mr. Firestarter. Huh. Alright, so an AC-10, 2 medium lasers. See if we can't punch a hole in its back. Apparently we can't because you suck. Oh, bullet trap is next. Don't start up. Don't start up. Don't start up. Doing up there? See, yeah, sometimes these guys are retarded. Alright, bullet trap. Can I get a line of sight? Can I get an unobstructed line of sight? Sprint. I can. ERPPC, damn it, is 60 damage. You need 61 to hit the head. So I'm going to go out with call shot. So if I can hit the ERPPC and even one of the missiles, it's a headshot. I got a mech. I am pretty sure I hit his head, but I'm not positive. Alright, Exodus, where are you? So I just have no, the crab fire starter and the J gear who's about to get squished.
Position confirmed.
I knew I had another vehicle hiding around here somewhere. Go ahead and squish him before he shoots. Bye.
Enemy vehicle destroyed. What are your orders, Skipper?
My orders are to shoot him in the face. But I'm going to do it from there. Oh no, you suck. So we're going to sprint. I want to shoot him in the face. Yes.
I got you.
I did hit him in the head. But what did I hit him in the head with? I don't know. But I don't need a whole lot. Oh, my machine gun mech would be perfect for this. I don't want that. Those are 96%. Do it.
Here we go.
No.
Orders?
Haha. Speaking of machine guns, one of the heavies is jammed, but that's okay. Oh, come on. I can get a side angle, which side angles aren't great for headshots, but that's gonna put my right side to the fire starter.
Going full throttle.
Risks must be taken. Turn off the... There we go. As many bullets as we can get. Oh, man. Lots of bullets. And hope one of them hits the head.
Let's hit him hard. Scored a critical hit.
Now you noticed he went to unsettled.
Orders?
And now I'm gonna unsettle him even further by smacking him square in the back. Wonderful camera work. So, now he's panicked. At this point, I could potentially make him blow out. Ow. Not too bad. He didn't break armor.
Receiving you.
This is another one of those instances where if I pour enough fire
Got it.
onto this guy, now that he's on the ground, well, now that he's panicked, he's not on the ground. Shut the RPPC off. But I'll throw some LRMs at him, and a pulse laser. Might be able to get him to punch out. And there's the knockdown. His panic level is now critical.
I'm receiving you.
So, Big Sly, again, machine guns. We'll go center torso this time, because I don't necessarily want to blow him up. Actually, go back. I'm going to go for the leg, because if I can get him to punch out, foot destroyed,
Heavy damage.
medium laser crit. If I can get him to punch out, I'll get more parts of the back. At this point, I don't care. Die.
Affirmative. I need a new target.
Alright, phase 17. Bullet trap. You are nice and high. Perfect. So, this is where the Ace Pilot comes in. I'm going to switch to Ace Pilot. I am going to put some rounds on that fire starter.
Roger.
And I'm going to move. Come back and out of sight. Not that he would come after me anyway, but... Oh, Exodus. Can't get behind him. He's still fresh, but he's not going to be for long.
Confirmed.
A nice center torso hit. There's a leg.
Scored a critical hit. Standing by.
So we have softened up his center torso, his right side. So now I'm going to come to that same side. Since he's open, here and here, we're going to crit down. Let's put these back on 4. The higher over 4 you have, the higher jam chance you have. Hip destroyed, upper leg destroyed, upper arm destroyed. It says engine destroyed, but I think it was just a crit. No! Ow! Bad fire starter.
Skipper.
Now I'm mad.
I'm rolling.
Now you can receive all of it. All of my anger, all of my hatred, right in your face.
Copy that.
Got rid of the large laser. That's good.
I'm here.
Yes, you are here, and therefore he is not anymore. Punched in the fuck. So, we made it through our first Roguetech mission. Now, let's see what we got. Going to the mech lab, cover a couple of other things. Just little things that I've seen pop up here and there. Like e-cooling. What is e-cooling? What is the engine core? What is the engine? Stuff like that. They're not necessarily self-explanatory, but we will explain them. Why? Because we can. Wow. Been going for an hour and a half now. This is going to be a longer video than I thought. It's okay. I am okay with that. But I'm also glad it's almost over, because I'm losing my voice, because I don't do this very often. Alright, so Spider got wrecked. Blackjack got wrecked. Injured. Okay, so Big Sly is the only one that got injured. It's because we had the torso explosion. I don't know how I feel about that Blackjack. So, what do we have? I get 3 things that I can select. So I've got AC-10, AC-20, AC-5. The chaff rocket launcher 5s, those are interesting because they will blind your target. 2 turns. Reduced sight, reduced sensors, reduced accuracy. It's great for keeping things from hitting you. Paralarge lasers, light rifles are they're periphery rifles. They're not quite an autocannon. They're primitive. There are some primitive weapons in here. LRMs, medium lasers, light machine guns, regular rocket launcher 5s, internal engines. I'm looking for something good. Do we have any special AC-10 ammo? We do not. Well, let's go for the 250-ton mechs here. Go with that route. And an AC-20 just for shits and giggles. So, got those. Got an LRM-5, medium laser, machine gun, rocket launchers, got some jump jets, and an internal engine. The IC engine will be good for selling. That's pretty much it. A couple of small lasers. If you ever want to get in and play with the mech builds and find out what's in here, what's in the game, go to skirmish mode. Go to the skirmish mech lab. Everything will be in there. When I was talking about the online map and what can happen, this is the results. These are planets that changed hands while we were in our mission. So, Liao took Aldebaran from Steiner. Merrick took Atsugi from Comstar. There are a ton of factions in here. So I was talking about this. When you come out, that guy, for some reason his name is escaping me, will basically tell you our whole lance was damaged. It's going to cost 200,000 C-bills and 41 frickin' days for repairs. Do you want my crew to get started? The answer to this is almost always yes. The only time I've run into so far the answer is no is if you are doing a flashpoint with a consecutive deployment and you didn't take a whole lot of damage in the first deployment, you want to take that same group of mechs into the second, you're going to click no. Other than that, I always click yes because it gets the repair started right away. This is the fatigue that I was talking about. So my guys are the ones that weren't injured are still fatigued and are out for a few days. So to have a pool of more mech warriors that, assuming you're not waiting a month and a half for your mechs to be fixed. Alright. I tend to do this. 4, 7. In the early game, I arrange them by how long it's going to take to fix. That way, if I want to play around with this in the mech lab, I can wait 4 days and then I can go and rebuild it. Yes. So we actually have some stuff to mess around with now. Not very good stuff at this point, but it's still some stuff. So let's get one of these mechs done so I can open it up in the mech lab. Oh, I keep forgetting I have more mechs. I'm so used to say the old start used to just start you with 4. So now you get a few more. So I go into the refit for the Vindicator, and there are some things in here. So you can change out pretty much everything. Your engine core, that's what determines your walk-run speed. If you want to see the walk-run speed up here, you can also go to movement. It'll break it down into hexes. So if you're used to talking if you're used to tabletop and you're used to, okay, that's a 5.8 mech, then you can see that up here in the movement section. If you just mouse over, then you get the speeds, so 115 and 200 kph. Is it kph or is it meters? It's meters. Gotcha. Gyro. That is, there are special gyros that you can put in. Kind of like vanilla, but not quite. Has a specific slot that it goes in. This is your engine modifications. So it's going to be a normal fusion engine unless you have like XL, an XL engine, a double XL engine, a light engine. One of my mechs is a pirate engine. So e-cooling. This is your heat sinks. These are your engine heat sinks. So right now we have below a 250 rated engine. So we actually have to add additional heat sinks to get up to the minimum 10 that you need. We have heat sinks are not mixable either. So I have a double heat sink kit. If I were to take this double heat sink kit out, I now have a warning up here that says this mech is over tonnage. Is over its allowed tonnage. Why is it over its allowed tonnage? Because of, oh, here it's over its allowed tonnage because now that I've taken this out, my cooling is single heat sinks. I have double heat sinks that are in there that are too heavy. That doesn't make sense. Yes. Anywho, one or more components of this mech are installed in an invalid location. So if you have these up here and you're like, I have no idea what it's trying to tell me, just click confirm. You click confirm, it will tell you. So overweight, mech weight exceeds maximum tonnage for the chassis. Now if I bring the tonnage down, so I max armor to bring my tonnage down, I still have one or more components installed in valid location. I click confirm. Heatsinks types cannot be mixed. So with nothing in there, it's single heatsink. Go out, and I wanted to undo all. That happens sometimes. You undo all, and it undoes everything. Gets rid of everything on the mech. So in this particular case, I'm just going to back out and not save anything. And then I can go right back in, and it will be just like it was. So yes, heatsinks types cannot be mixed. If there's nothing in the cooling, you have single heat sinks. You can have double heat sinks. You can have clan double heat sinks. Prototype heat sinks. Compact. There are a whole bunch of different kinds, but they cannot be mixed. Cooling, yeah, like I said, that's your additional engine heat sinks for anything over 250, 260. I know 250 is when you get 10 heat sinks. I don't know when your next one jumps up. Up top, these are some of the other wonderful things you can do. Sensors, basic sensors, cockpit mods, fire control systems. The fire control systems, to a point, replace the TTS systems. There are still some here, but not anything like there used to be. Yeah, see, I've not played a whole lot, so I really don't have a whole lot for rebuilding. And that's kind of what makes Roguetech rough in the start, is you have to build up with what you have to be able to improve what you have. You have to just go out and get it. Get that salvage, get that money. The store is a thing. So you can see there are lots of interesting things in the store. Have a bushwhacker part, have a cataphract part, plenty of Gauss rifle, flamers, So there's lots of stuff in the store. It's just expensive. A flamer triple plus $1.3 million for a flamer. Sea bills. Sorry, they're sea bills. Some of the other things. Armored cowl. The armored cowl, +1 injury resisted, +1 initiative. So this kind of replaces the cockpit mods from vanilla. You have a lot of the things like case, the cellular ammunition storage equipment, protects you from blowing up. Well, kind of protects you from blowing up. If your ammo goes off, it keeps the damage from spreading. So if you have ammo in your arm and it blows up, the damage won't transfer to the torso. Again, if you played Battletech, you know what case does. Comm suite, e-cooling. These are your engine heat sinks, anywhere from 1 to 7, and these are pretty much in every store. So if you want to put engine heat sinks in, they still take up weight, but they don't take up slots, which can be good. Yes, endo steel, compact engines. You have tons of engine cores, double XL engines. I'm at one of the starting planets. This is kind of what I was looking for. I was looking for sensors. So by putting in sensors, I will be able to get better information on my enemies, and that's a good thing. It's a very good thing. Ammo, AMS, ATMs. I love ATMs. I have in my primary playthrough, I have a blood ass that is just absolutely loaded with ATMs with high explosive ammo, and it wrecks heavies in one go. It's wonderful. Anywho, I digress. Oh, blowing things up with clan equipment. Alright, so out of the store, I think I am going to call it quits for this video. We are at 1 hour and 45 minutes, plus the time that I had before my wife came down. And I paused earlier. Blam! Throwing shit. Alright, so hopefully this was a helpful video, and hopefully you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. So have a good night.